Hello and bienvenue. I am Joker, the Full Metal Joker. Now, before we get started with the task at hand, I'd like to let you know two things. One, there are no trigger warnings here. If you do not like what has to be said, please remove yourself from my video. Two, everything I have to say is opinion based, but with a lining of truth. With that being said, if you feel like I'm off on something or I need more information, please get in contact with me. You should already know how to do this. Now, there's been some topic going around about nationalism. Now, when some people speak nationalism, they think a person that believes this way is anti-immigration, anti-this, anti-that, but actually, at its base form, it is the belief that you believe that your country should put its needs before anyone else's. And I firmly upon this point. I believe that your country should put its citizens before any foreign any foreign entity. That means if before you go out there and send foreign aid to a developing country or do this and that, you should take care of things like education, things like your homeless, things like your veterans, your country's best interest first. And quite frankly, despite what people think about Donald Trump, I honestly feel that he's been doing so. And one of the examples is him trying to deal with the stuff that's going on with this whole Russia thing. Um, and when people saw the conference that he had with Vladimir Putin, one side sitting here going, you should be hard on him," and the other side going, just the fact of him talking to Russia is grounds for impeachment. Actually, I applaud how he did things. When you go into someone else's country, you don't sit there and kick the hornet's nest, especially when you don't have evidence at hand to prove that their leader is responsible for some kind of wrongdoing. And people that sit here going, you should be harsh and you should have been harsher. Well, think about this. What would you do if someone comes in your house and starts screaming at you about how you've done something wrong and yet they don't have evidence? Just think about it. Now, he's been doing everything that so far that I've expected him to do. Well, in some occasions he rose above it, like trying to end this, finally ending the war with Korea. Because guess what? It was a ceasefire, not an actual end of the war, so quite frankly, it's one of the longest running wars out there. But yeah, I digress. Frankly, there is nothing wrong with putting your country first, despite what many people believe. Because if you don't take care of your country, then the people inside of it are going to suffer. Like, let's look at our educational system, for instance. It's it's been suffering. People are not getting the critical skills needed to survive. They're not being taught how to take care of their taxes. They're not being taught as necessary the need be to learn proper English. They're not being taught proper critical thinking skills. That needs to be fixed. Also, we have way too many homeless vets. Why are we giving out foreign aid when we have homeless vets? If we have the money to set up Section 8 housing for people who either aren't willing to work hard enough or people that aren't willing to work at all. Why aren't we setting up some kind of Section 8 housing for veterans? Because they have paid a valuable debt to our society, yet they're not getting proper representation. Two, homeless in general. Why aren't we doing something about that? With a country as prosperous as ours, there should not be any homeless, period. Also, the job situations. Why is it so hard for individuals to look for work? Individuals that want to work and individuals that want to sit here and rely on government handout. Why can't they? Isn't there something out there for them to get work? We need to fix this situation, because if we don't, I'm seeing a rough scenario for all of us. With all this being said, if you like the content that I produce, please like and subscribe. If you want to support me even further, please check out my Patreon. I also have a PayPal Me set up. Thank you and good luck.